May I have your attention, please?
Think he's still sitting me.
So Luke had the best verse in my opinion. Some people say the baby and some people say Cole. I say Luke. Luke kind of kept it going forward because he could have easily been that dude that was like, oh yeah, well, we could just skip that part and go to the debate. No, it was dope, man. So Des, is there any albums besides Revenge of the Dreamers that's like your album of the year?
Ari Lennox. The album.
For people who didn't listen to Ari Lennox, that album was almost perfect. Well, frankly, it was perfect for me because even though
I'll be back.
Oh yeah, she's going crazy.
Listen, kids, that's why you always gotta pace yourself.
No, but so Ari Lennox's album, Shea Better Baby, that was perfect for me. Even though I wasn't no girl that understood where she was coming from, it was incredible to understand, what music she was still putting out though. It was dope to listen to it. And yeah, man. The kid is almost done with his noodles.
Me too. Look how much I ate this time.
Feasted.
Came through with the noodles. Hold on. Slow down. It's not fair.
One of my favorite albums of the year, if I'm being 100% honest, besides Revenge of the Dreamers 3, I don't know what it was, but freaking Rico Nasty murdered her album. I don't know what it was. Her album was just to the point and it was great. For anybody that didn't listen to it, it was Anger Management. And it was just a bunch of hype tracks. And then at the end, she slowed it down to show that, she was calming down and everything. And it made perfect sense.
I will say, I don't know if you guys know who Kodo the Friend is. That guy has his music is like magical. I'm just saying.
Yeah, about it.
What's your favorite song?
Church.
I love Kodo the Friend.
Church was dope.
It's called Photo, and his album is amazing. I love Birdie.
Oh my
I'm with
gosh.
you on the wake up, by your side when the day come. Hey, that's my song.
Girl, oh my gosh. When people people will be stuck on, mumble rap is trash, mumble rap is messing up hip hop and everything. If you're being 100% honest, this year's produced some really good albums. Like Desirae doesn't, really mess with them all like that, but I think it's just because she really hasn't gotten to his stuff. Freaking Denzel Curry.
His music is good. It's just that, I haven't, I'm a big South Florida person, but that one, it was different.
Yeah, in my honest opinion, for a Curry fan like me, Taboo was way better than Zoo, but I still like Zoo. I still bump Zoo. Zoo was dope. It just didn't, lack not necessarily the creativity, because Zoo was a Miami-based album, but with Taboo, he just had certain moves of different parts of the album, and then he put it all together, and it was like, dude, this is almost perfect. And Taboo was 2018 almost album of the year for me. For me, not even trying to be biased because I am a JID fan. JID's DiCaprio 2 was like probably my album.
Oh wait, you said Taboo was better?
No, I said that was a close second to me.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
People were saying Taboo was up there, you know, as one of the albums of the year. I agreed. Yeah. It was listening to it full out.
Speaking 2018, if you want to talk about albums dropping, yeah, Jid's album DiCaprio 2, murdered. 2018, it was murdered. I was like, you're done. Like, there's nothing else you can possibly say to change. And
you know what was crazy? Before anybody really got on the JID, I was sitting here, you know, in high school, rocking the little Never Story bandana on a regular. Yes. Everybody was like, bro, what do you got on your head, bro? What is all this, like, drawings and whatnot? Bro, I was like, bro, that's JID, the Never Story. They were like, who is JID? I'm like, bro, trust me. Listen to this album. This album was dope. I will never forget the first time I seriously listened to JID. It was like, no, my bitch, no, my do that, but then well, that mess hooked me.
Never have shit, never take, never ask me, give me this, give me that.
You know what was crazy? The first time I listened to that, it was back when MTV2 was still playing their little music videos, and I was still listening to it. That's how I got hooked on to JID. But I was just on that song. But when I really took time to actually listen to the rest of the songs, I was like, oh yeah, this dude's something else. And
Division on that song?
Oh, Division. Oh, that's a good
song.
Hannibal Lecter. Body part bone collector. Dozy ass.
I'm gonna name some like underrated artists though that y'all should listen to. Some of them aren't rappers, like B Young. Well, B Young is an Afro. He's in England. He's an England-based rapper, and his music is. Girl, don't ask me no questions, cause you give the impression. Oh.
Wait, who is B? Wait, B Young. This sounds so familiar.
He is this Cypriotic man. He lives in England. He is so fine. Maybe like, girl, don't ask me no questions, cause you get the impression that you're wasting time. Girl, your eyes tell me different. Girl, your eyes tell me different. Yeah. Cause when you stepped in here, you like a blessing. Yeah. Something that got me stressing. Yeah. Yeah, you look tough to sentence. Cause the way you're teasing about you meaning. Got your feelings, you undefeated like a Gucci demon. Either way, I'm gonna do you right, baby. Don't be stressing, making up your mind. Oh my goodness. That's that song.
Top it up. That was impressive.
I be beating part 2.
Oh my gosh.
Be friends with the small artists. Be friends with them. Gosh. When Ari Lennox was literally God forgive me, when she was technically a nobody, or she wasn't that big of an artist, she realized like she knows who me and Demetrius are. Like if we always pop up in her house, she's always saying hi to us.
And some of y'all have seen the video. It's still up on my channel.
She'll read our comments before probably anybody else.
Bro, dude, you had to be there to understand the respect that was given.
Yes.
Ari came from Fahrenheit. Just in her little $25 little fur coat, still rocking it.
Right
now, she's still rocking it now, which shows the respect that she still has for herself because she don't gotta dress in something new every single time she come around. And it's just like we like, yo, you're Ari Lennox, like, and we just knew off the rip. She was on her way to meet her boyfriend or her, boyfriend or whatever up at Uptown.
You know what's crazy? Her boyfriend wasn't even there.
Right. And
her boyfriend wasn't even like in Charlotte. She was on the phone with him the whole. Wait, was he in Charlotte? Did he leave earlier that day or?
No, I think he came to Charlotte and he went.
He left earlier than she did.
Yeah, and then he went. He was in the Red Eye Diner. That's where she took the little live up. Literally right after we had.
I know that.
seen her.
Yeah, because she said she had to meet her boyfriend.
Right.
But only to find out like the live after we went to the private concert. She was in the airport. She was like, I gotta go see my baby daddy. He's in New York.
Right. And he left pretty early. Yeah.
Yeah, he had to leave earlier than her. But I was like,
right.
I was like, who was she meeting? I thought she was meeting like somebody else, but.
Right. And I'll just never forget that moment because it was like, it didn't necessarily change me, but it made me respect how certain people, move.
When I met Jed and he was drunk and he was flirting with me.
I will never forget. Bro, y'all didn't see this on video because I was at like 1% and my phone ended up
Our
dying.
phones were dead.
Oh, yeah.
Our phones were dead.
If y'all would have seen this live, oh my gosh, I would have recorded it.
It was so funny.
It was
Jed flirting with me is probably the best day of my life, but it was funny. He was so drunk, I don't think he noticed that he did it, but
yeah.
He wouldn't listen to anybody else, and it was the funniest thing ever. He wouldn't listen or listen anybody, what am I trying to say? Everyone that called him, he never answered to them. Ooh. But as soon as I said Jed, or I called his name, he was like, what's up? I'd be like, come here. He'll be walking his way over there. He'll be like, hold on, I'll be right there. And then he will come down the steps, give me the hug. He kept grabbing me by my waist.
Hey,
was like,
this is how you know she was telling the truth. JID would not take a picture with me when I asked him to. He was locked in. He was focused on Desiree to a degree.
He did not take a picture with, I don't think anybody
except for
me.
Yeah, exactly.
And there was a group picture. He got one, I think it was my mom, because she told him that I was her daughter.
Right.
And then he came to me, and it was funny because I think I just spit.
No, you good.
It was funny because after I had saw him, he was gonna go get a shot from the bar. Remember when they did the bar car?
Right. And Boss and JID was making the toast on the.
And my mom went over there, and as he was making his way over there, and I was about to go see where my mom was, she was talking to him. She was like, "Yeah, my daughter, this, that, and third." So he turns around. He doesn't know who my mom was talking about at first.
Right.
And he turns around. He just starts winking at me. I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "What's this Roman doing?"
Oh my god! And
not gonna lie, I was gonna do it, and I was all for it,
I was like, by all means, go ahead.
I was really trying to get his attention so me and Demetrius can get like a group picture.
Right.
But he kept winking at me.
He was on her like crazy.
On me. It was so funny.
Insane.
And then my mom was like, "Oh yeah, that's my daughter right there," and he walks his little short self right over to me.
He's kind of like not even my height. He's short.
He's short.
Yeah.
I think he's exactly my height.
Like I don't think people understand. Have you ever noticed when JID's next to Boss, the size comparison? If you don't notice it firsthand, face to face, you ain't gonna understand it at all, dude. Boss is that's a teddy bear dog.
He's so nice. I remember I dapped him up by accident though.
Bro, Boss is a cool dude, man.
Yeah, I went to go give him a hug, but I think because it was such in the moment at the time, I was like, "Yo, Boss," and I dapped him up, and he just looked at me like, "Why did this little girl just dap me up?"
Just dap me up? No, give me a hug.
Right, and then I was like, so I walked away, and then he pulls me. He's like, "Girl, what are you doing?" And I gave him a hug.
Yeah. He was like, "Nah, you ain't gonna give me no hug. Come here." Like, yeah, I got a picture with Boss too. Yeah. Boss is that's that dude, man. He's really cool, man.
He was cool.
Oh, yeah.
Omen was acting really I guess, I don't want to say nonchalant, but he didn't really want to be bothered with the crowd.
Yeah, I think, when I've noticed Omen before, I think Omen is one of those dudes that's not really caught up in the glitz and glamour of things. He's really, about his stuff. Even, I watched some of those videos going back from the little Dreamville overtime. Mm-hmm. The man just wants to do music.
I think he's more of a producer. I think he wants to produce more than anything.
Exactly.
I caught that vibe from him. He makes music. I don't know if you guys heard his Elephant album, but
I think he's one of those dudes. For example, if you're in the NBA and you're like Lou Williams and you want to be the sixth man of the year, he's one of those dudes that doesn't matter if he's, I think he's one of those dudes who doesn't care if he's in the front of the, center of the tent, he'd rather be in the back,
Yeah.
making everybody better.
Along with Luke walked around the whole time. Nobody knew who he was.
Ari
Lennox.
Ari came through the front with us.
Yes.
When we went there. She literally, we was like, oh, hey, Ari. She was like, hey, walk through the front with us.
Right through the front.
Yeah.
Right through the front. And nobody noticed who she was.
And you want to know something crazy? And it was raining too that day. Remember?
It was cold.
Yeah, no, so after the All-Star game, it started pouring down. Well, it was pouring down for a majority of that whole day.
Yeah.
It was cold. It was wet. It was everything. And notice it's like 11 o'clock, and it is freezing, freezing cold, raining, and we get to the little front. We see Ari there, and I'm like, so in the rain, she's walking in the front with us. Yep. That's the one. That was like, bro, I respect it. After that day, there was such a whole nother level of respect for them than there was before.
Only one I was mad at is J. Cole. Because first of all, you didn't come to our side where everybody else was. Because Jid came, Boz came, Luke came, Omen came, Ari Lennox came. Then there's just you. Earth Gang wasn't there, so sad.
Yes,
you know?
that was
I would have loved
in
for them
Europe.
to come, yeah. But they were on tour at that time,
Right.
so. But J. Cole, he was son of a gun. Because you know what? You could have came to our side when we were calling. I know you heard us. We were literally yelling our lungs out. And you looked right at us.
It's no disrespect to Cole. To J. Cole. We love J. Cole. But he could have easily just came over to our side.
Literally where everybody was.
He went through the middle.
Yeah.
Like, he went through the middle. Like,
and he dapped and gave everybody else hugs. And my whole goal, even though I'm a whole Dreamville fan, but I was really trying to meet Cole because I didn't went to his concert in Miami.
Right.
I stood in line for 6 hours waiting to see him perform at an All-Star game, which we were rewarded at the end with the whole overtime.
Respects.
So that was dope. But I was waiting. I was like, I really want to see you. And you know who I met instead? G Herbo. I had to meet him instead.
I remember that.
It was last minute. Him and his girl, what's her name? Taina?
I don't know. Something toxic.
Something. I don't know what her name is. But I had to meet him. And he was walking through. I was like, oh, you're G Herbo. He was all tall with his little slinks up.
Right. And this was around the time when the rumors were going around that he had like herpes or whatever. So I was really cautious about, all right, so am I gonna touch him? Do I
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I remember that. We met a lot of people though.
Oh, yeah.
That was a dope day.
And I will never forget when Desirae ran off during the concert, and I was like, oh, I gotta find Desirae. But you know what? Let me back up a little bit because the security's kind of lacking. Went over to the other side, and I think I already told Desirae this. I probably did. So I'm sitting here on the side. He's like, first things first, rest in peace, Uncle Phil. For real, you the only father I never knew. I'm like recording and everything. I turn to the side and I'm like, Spike Lee.
Oh!
and he had his little orange specs on with the little lens, and he was wearing all white and everything with the little cool little hat. I'm looking at this dude. I'm like, that's Spike Lee. Do I see something?
It was so crazy because y'all, we were literally on the court, and you know what's crazy? We never made a video about this.
Right.
We never. So this is like our like.
So this
MUKBAng,
might be chopped up a little bit, so we could do a little separate part, part 2 of when we meet Dreamville and everything else we met and everything. Yeah, I'll definitely do that. I got time for that.
But that was crazy. Yeah, because we were on the court floor. Were literally like, where all the celebrity was, like Beyonce, Jay-Z, all of them.
Right.
They were right there. I don't even know if Beyonce and Jay-Z were there. But
no, I don't know.
I know that Jid, Boz, all of them were literally on the floor. And then we saw all the other celebrities on the floor. Gucci Man and Keisha Kayor.
I remember that. Yeah, I was on the side, looked at Spike Lee, I was like, oh snap. Like, and I'm like, wait, I'm here with the celebrities.
People, right. And we didn't have to pay a dime.
Bro,
we didn't.
Shouts out to J. Cole, bro. This was like, and I keep on telling people this every time I talk about this. This day couldn't be touched. This was easily the best day of 2019 that we ever had. The best 2 days of 2018 or 2019 we ever had.
Yeah.
That first day, see, like everybody we met, it happened by chance.
Yep.
And then the fact that we didn't even have to pay
Not a
anything.
single dime.
The first day we were with Michaela. We were like, Desirae talked to me and she was just like, oh, so you just want to come down to Uptown or whatever, because it's All-Star Weekend. I'm like, dude, I can't miss that moment.
Right.
It's night All-Star Weekend, Saturday night. Everybody's around. All celebrities are around. Dude, let's go. Desirae was like, hey, you want to walk around and find J. Cole? I looked at her like, you know something? Any other time, that'd be kind of a stupid idea. But if you're talking about All-Star Weekend, you never know. We went in there, walked all around the place. Dude, that's probably the most packed I've ever seen Charlotte, besides when we went down there for New Year's Eve.
Oh, yeah.
That was probably the most packed we ever seen in Uptown Charlotte.
That was lit.
Everybody, everywhere. All the little dudes was coming on. Jesus saves! Like, all around the place. Dude, this was probably the most, like, insane moment we had. Because then we were walking around. We seen everybody. You see all the little All-Star trucks pull up and everything. You seen all the All-Star posters all over the place. And it was like, there was such a level of just like...
You know who we got to meet a personal friend of J. Cole's though.
Oh,
We met him that night.
Y'all didn't see this. So
Saturday.
Remember, so for anybody who's a diehard fan of me and y'all watched the vlog, y'all probably remember after we met Ari Lennox, we went up to the elevator. We went and Desirae thought that J. Cole was in the room because we heard, oh, and count it up. Count it! Like in the door. And when she was like, is this J. Cole? Like,
It was literally
insane.
It was crazy because we literally just pushed the floor. We went to the 12th floor, I think it was.
Right. And I'll even say it like this, happened by chance. We kept on going up the elevator, going down the elevator, went back up the elevator. So when we met the dude who was associated with Dreamville.
On the 12th floor.
On the 12th. So tell the rest.
Right, so we went down the hallway. I don't know where I can't. Okay, so we went in the elevator because we were like, yo, we like gotta go find them. Like, we're gonna do something, try to get to the Fahrenheit. No, we couldn't get to the Fahrenheit unless you had a reservation. And we went into the elevator to the 12th floor, and I feel like I'm biting my tongue. And so, by the way, I finished my noodles. We went to the 12th floor, and we walked down the hallway. I was like, yo, I don't know what to do. Like, if they're at the Fahrenheit, they must be close in the like hotel or whatever. So we're all like, yo, like let's just go in there, even though it's a little cheap hotel.
Right.
I mean, it's not really cheap, but it's cheaper than what I thought they would pay for.
Right.
So we go to the 12th floor. We hear a whole bunch of J. Cole music. Like, it was ATM. That's what they were playing. And there was no lyrics to the song. They didn't have the lyric songs. There was no rap to it. It was just the instrumental.
It was kind of like they were doing like karaoke sometime, like that. Yeah.
So it's like, oh, this must be Cole's room. Because, I mean, you never know, he could have been rehearsing anything.
Right.
Well, that wasn't the case, but we were walking away from the door. The same door that we were at, that we heard the music, the guy comes out. And he's like, comes in the elevator with us. Or at least we were in the hallway first. And he approaches us in the hallway. He's like, hey. And we're like, hey, what's up? Like, we don't know this man. Like, we didn't know who he was. I still don't really know. I know his name now. His name's Jerry. Shout out to Jerry. You're cool. But he comes next. He's like, oh, did you guys go to the pop-up shop? We're like, yeah.
I will never forget this moment here. Go for it.
So we went to, he was like, did you guys go to the pop-up shop? We're like, yeah, we did. He was like, did you guys like it? We're like, yeah. He's like, did you guys see Jid? I'm like,
what?
Huh?
It was like, Jid? This is when I knew, like, besides the Ari Lennox mess, this is when I knew, oh yeah, these nights are going to be untouchable. He says, oh, did you see Jid? Oh, no, we didn't. Do you know where he is? Oh, yeah.
He's at Dave & Buster's and Concord Mills. What? Like, we were like, wait, come on. And then Demetrius was like, dude, I was supposed to go there earlier today or something like that.
Right, no, because I don't remember. I think it was my mom. No, it wasn't Dave & Buster's. My mom was just being spontaneous and was like, I went to Concord Mills. And I was like, why'd you go with me? Yeah, like... that's how I felt.
And he was at Dave & Buster's at Concord Mills. The guy just told us. I was like, oh, well, where's J. Cole? He's like, oh, at the Spectrum Stadium. He's at the All-Star game right now, looking at, watching the games.
Right.
And we're just like, what? What are you talking about right now?
And you know something crazy? You don't know how hard I was about to be like, wait a minute, so how do you know all this? Just so we could get the evidence out, like, just so we could get him to say, like, oh yeah, I work for Dreamville. If we would have got that, oh yeah, we would have. Oh,
I seen him the next night.
Speaking of that, I remember Desirae told me this, and I instantly remember, oh, why did we do this, right? I remember we were thinking like I think either you said something to him when we seen him again.
I did.
Or no, I think it was at the overtime event because he was like, oh yeah, I'm sorry if something would have happened, I would have got y'all backstage or whatever.
Yep.
And oh man,
it was okay. So remember the night before, he didn't know we were of age. He thought we were like little kids. Like Ari Lennox even called us little kids. She didn't know we were 18. And how would you know?
And it's kind of crazy when you think about it, because you kind of forget that Dreamville's kind of old. Not old,
but the thing is, they're only 10 years older than us. Like,
right.
Jid's only 28.
Like, and it makes sense on why they don't put certain people in Dreamville, because they want them to be like ready for this. Like, so if it takes them to be at the age of 28, 29, 30, dude, that's perfect for them.
Ari Lennox is older than us. She's 10 years. She's about 10 years. They're all about 10 years or more. 10 years or more. None of them are like younger than that.
Right.
But the thing was, so we what happened? So I met him, like I said, I met them in the elevator. He told us where they were. And so I was like, okay, cool. Like I said, Ari Lennox thought we were like 16, 15. She was like, oh, you guys are some cute chocolate kids. That's what she called us. Like, girl, I could be a sister. Chill out. But she called us cute chocolate kids. And the guy thought we were younger too, because we were just roaming around the hallways. And so we get to overtime the next night. Michaela's not with us. She was only 17. She's only 16 or 17. She's 17. Me and Demetrius were of age, 19, 18 years old. It was an 18 and up event. And we get there. And now the whole night's going on. It's so packed in there, y'all. I mean, it was like 700 people in this little Fillmore area. I guess it it was able to fit all of them. So I was in line. And as I'm walking back, I see him. And I'm like, yo. And he gives me like the craziest hug. We give each other like he's so tall. And he leaned down and gave me a hug. And I was like, yo, like, oh my gosh. He was like, oh wait, I didn't know you were 18. And I was like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, what happened? So later on that night after I seen him, the concert started. Then he comes out again. And I'm like, yo, like, where's Cole and them? And he's like, oh, well, Cole had to go. He's on a roll right now. Because he was still on tour as well.
Right.
And so all of them had to leave. Jid was the only one. Jid and Kazi, they were so dumb that day.
And I will never forget, while in the middle of being in Dreamville overtime, I watched her live. Freaking JID and Kaz are sitting there doing this stupid drunk ass freestyle. Yeah,
that was so funny. And Kaz took my phone and took all the pictures. I didn't realize that. He literally took my phone, and it was so funny because look, he's like this. So like, say you're, you're me, right?
Right.
I'm him. He's like the whole time.
Right, and he's just chilling.
And I'm just like, yeah.
And he's literally, and I still got the picture where he's like,
yeah. I ended up seeing Jerry again, and then at the end I was like, yo, like, is there a way we can go backstage? He was like, well, he said if they weren't so busy, I would have brought you and your friend backstage because I remember you guys from last night. And he was like, and I know how much you guys love them since you guys are here. He was like, I'm so sorry. He was like, but since they're on the roll, I can't get you guys back there. He was like, but I would have loved to.
And it was the most respectable thing because it was like, dude, we could have met so many people that were back there. I don't even think you realized this. There was so many people back there that, we didn't really think about until we seen the pictures.
Oh, there was tons.
Like, I think, who was there? I think it was, I don't think I'm tripping. I know it was G Herbo. I think there was a football player. There was every celebrity back there just chilling with Dreamville, and it was just like all like the the fans and stuff. We were just out there. And you know some crazy. I think we're so grateful for that moment that we can Desiree could have had a picture with J. Cole. We get that point, You know.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, dude. After we got out remember that main crowd, like that middle? I was happy we weren't there because now we were on the sidelines, like where the security guard, where you can get in and out of the back,
Right.
the backstage.
Right.
Oh, and the guy told me, I meant to tell you that if I was to go to Dreamville Fest, which I was supposed to go to, if I was to go and I would have found him, that he would have took me backstage at that time because it was Dreamville Fest at the time. You know, they didn't have nothing to do after.
Right.
But I didn't. I didn't go. I didn't buy my tickets. It was too much.
I went. Y'all seen my vlog. I went to Dreamville Fest. Dreamville Fest was, oh my gosh.
And they had Earth Gang there too, didn't they?
Earth Gang too. Oh my. Earth Gang is such a great just sight to see, and they were. And when I tell people they're the next Outcast, it's not even close.
They're even better than Outkast.
Better.
Better.
Ooh, that's bold. I mean,
Better. Outkast was lit. Hey, y'all. But nah. Hey, y'all. But no, Earth Gang is.
by the time if they stick together. And they still have success, you know, doing music without each other. You know, I will honestly say Earth Gang is going to be better than Outkast. As long as they stick together and they make some hits. Maryland's going to produce some hits. They've had the single Up. They've had that song out for almost a year now. I remember doing a reaction to it. And that's supposed to be on Maryland.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody. And that's supposed to be on Maryland.
I'll
and
never.
And that hasn't came out yet for the album yet. It's still in colors.
I remember seeing them last year in August at Cole's concert. And I watched them and they were really good in person. Their music be lit. Like when I mean lit, it be lit.
I know you went to the Miami one, right? Were you there when Jaden Smith brought out Will Smith?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was probably insane.
It was so cool. It was the funniest day ever because nobody was expecting. I think I have it on my Snapchat. I have to post a Snapchat story again.
Yeah.
But Jaden had brought out his dad, and it was really cool because Jaden barely had any songs though. He literally only performed Icon.
I ain't just an icon, love it.
That was it. But then his dad came out, I think, with the same hairstyle and everything, and he came out and did it with him.
He came out with,
And his dad
oh my
performed it.
gosh, I seen that live, or not live, but on YouTube, and somebody posted it like, oh my gosh.
It was the best. It was really cool. But no, I think Earth Gang's gonna get a lot more attention now that even, like, I know they had like attention before, but they weren't that big. But now, I feel like with this whole Revenge of the Dreamers 3 album, with their song Swivel and a lot of the other sacrifices, people are gonna listen to them. But yeah, no, that night, February 17th was, I think it was one of the best days. I don't care how packed it was. We were on the side where nobody was anyway, and we got so close to the security guard. I was trying to like get our way to like get in there.
Right.
And
See, this is the level of like, if you're in college or school or anything and you want to learn sociology or something, dude, learn that mess because it's all around you if you think about it. Like if you put it to a great perspective term, the idea of like sociology is like the study of groups of group behavior. Sociology, it matters in so many situations. For example, Dreamville Overtime, Dreamville Fest. There was not one time I remember somebody wanting to get in a fight with somebody else because they were too hot or they were too crowded or anything. Never happened.
There was no fight.
Dude, I was in the middle of the Earth Gang concert, or not the Earth Gang concert. When Earth Gang was about to perform, it was crowded. Everybody's shoes were muddy. You know what they were doing? They were passing butts around like, oh, everybody say your name and everybody where you from. I wasn't in there, but I was next to it, but everybody knew, you know, I was still, you know, technically part of the conversation. Basically they were like, she was like, I'm from Ohio, my name is Angel. It was like, hey Angel, passed it back. And this is the funniest part. He was like, it's like, hey yo, my name's Justin, I'm from New York. And then it was like, oh yeah, you cool if I get that New York week? It was like, hell no. I was dying. And then the girl got the week. Ooh, my name is Jessica and I'm from Costa Rica. And we all look like, Costa Rica? Like, whoa, this is like,
I got fans in Costa Rica.
I got fans in Costa Rica. Bruh, it's so crazy how you look back at it like, wow, that makes a lot of sense. Just what I said. But, like I said, the sociology and the people there, nobody was in the mood to fight because everybody knew what they were getting themselves into. 10,000 fans in a park, crowded.
40,000.
40,000. Dude, it was crowded. And it was all worth it. Nowadays, if you go to Charlotte and you go to the Fillmore and you go to a DaBaby concert, there's somebody fighting almost every 5 minutes because everybody always on that fake hood stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody got time for that.
And I was watching Michaela.
Oh yeah, when she posted that fight with those girls fighting.
Oh, let me guess. Was you upset because you was getting bumped? What did you expect was going to happen? That's why I say the study of sociology is so powerful that people don't really think too much about it, dude. This is why I love being a Dreamville fan, because I can understand, Desirae can understand, and anybody else can understand, dude, nobody's in the mood for no drama. We just trying to listen to some good music. If you got time to be fighting people while in the middle of a DaBaby concert and you get kicked out, was it even worth it? It wasn't worth it, because you probably had to spend like $100 just to try to see him, especially at his peak at where he's at now. Dude, it wasn't worth that. That's why we love.
He finna go real fast. I mean, okay, Under the Sun really kind of put him back in the game.
There you go.
But his personality, I don't even like his music like that.
Right.
I only liked him in Under the Sun only because he did really well in that song.
Exactly. I didn't want to hate the song because of DaBaby. That's
right.
It was like
we were trying to like it.
We not DaBaby haters. We just don't like DaBaby's music.
Nah. I tried to get into it. I like a few songs, but after I realized his personality was like trash.
Yeah. And then it's just like, now everybody in Charlotte think that, oh, a hot dude just made it. No disrespect. The reason why nobody from Charlotte ever made it was because they tried to get affiliated with some type of gang and end up getting bit by the bug. DaBaby was almost close to it if he didn't have to shoot somebody in a Walmart. Then what would have been... Yeah, you get the idea. Like, what would have been the outcome? Oh, we still haven't had somebody from Charlotte. Guess what? And it could have easily ended just like that.
Yeah.
DaBaby is a lucky person if you think about it. Think about the fact that his security almost killed a guy with his bare hands and beat him to a coma. Think about he's still around as a free man because of that. Think about the fact that this man, you know, I'm not taking that serious. I know for a fact that South Park Mall fight was a whole lot.
It was at South Park?
Yeah, it was at South Park.
I didn't know that was in here. Wait, with the guy?
It was at the Louis Vuitton, yeah.
Really? I live right up the street from him. That's crazy.
Yeah, like honestly, I don't believe that. I think that was
fake.
I think it was fake. No, exactly.
I think it was so
you
fake.
You had to be from Charlotte to understand.
I didn't know that was right in Charlotte.
Yeah, it was literally at South Park Mall.
What was his name? Something Cam?
Oh yeah, Cam Coldheart.
Yeah, Cam Coldheart. That's
like,
crazy.
You know something crazy? Now dudes want to come at Cam Coldheart talking about, oh bro, he's a disgrace to Charlotte. You know what else is a disgrace? The fact that y'all now like DaBaby and all of a sudden now y'all hood and y'all understand where he coming from. No, that's a worse disgrace.
I don't know how long this YouTube video finna be, but it's finna be long.
Oh, that's why now I'm definitely thinking about taking, cause
breaking it up.
I don't even think you realize that last video
was an hour long.
It was 59 minutes. Yeah, yeah. That's a whole lot.
Yeah, we might have to do part 1 and part 2.
Yeah, and that's why I have no worries about this. Honestly, about that whole thing, like, I don't have to chop off a lot of that. That's probably going to end up being like a 20-30 minute video. But I'm so glad that I actually did this, because I think y'all gotta understand the chemistry, between me and Dez or whatnot. Both Pittsburgh people that moved down to Charlotte that just related to so many things, connected to so many things. This is basically my sister from another mister, and she's like there you go. And so like, this is why I'm glad that it went on for this long. My phone is at like 20 20% now after being full, after doing all these videos, cooking everything. We all finished our stuff.
Oh yeah,
so,
Desi came back. Desi came back and she finished, bro.
Yes, ma'am.
She's finished.
Redeemed herself, ladies and gentlemen. The spicy noodle challenge is officially.
You might as well call this a whole spicy noodle mukbang plus chicken dumpling.
Exactly.
All of it. We're gonna split up into like 3-4 videos.
Because the last video we did was like a good 20, and that was pretty decent.
Oh yeah, you were done with yours. I was still.
Oh yeah.
But you know.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm about to go show him like a tour of this place, and we're about to be heading out.
Right,
so.
man. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm on a whole nother level now with my YouTubing and everything. People might seem like, you know, I'm slacking on my videos. In actuality, I'm actually cooking up a lot. There might be an EP coming out. I haven't told people that. So I'm pretty sure you remember I did the Down Bad, you know, remix and everything. I didn't tell anybody. I still have to do the Costa Rica one. You might get a song from like Rico Nasty or whatever that I do the remix to that, you know, and everything else.
Dang, your ghetto family, your proud family ghetto version.
Yeah.
Is at 41,000 views.
That's still insane thinking about it. Like, how did I get there?
Dude, and about, I'll say by the end of the year, it'll probably be about 60,000, 70,000.
Yeah, something. From where I was at January of 2018, when I first started, it's July 2019 now. And it still hasn't hit me. I'm still doing this YouTube stuff. And there's no reason why I don't have, you know, why I shouldn't keep it going, man. Basically almost 2 years into this. And I'm just ready to keep things going, man. So yeah, like I said, man, big things are planned for the YouTube channel, bro. I just hope y'all, you know, see, you know, what am I trying to say? Just watch everything go down as it happens, because I told y'all I was going to be doing this for a good minute, man, and I don't got no plans to stop it anytime soon. I turned it around just to,
What the heck? What the heck?
Oh my gosh.
All right, guys. Deuces. Peace out. We out.
Hit the like button, subscribe, share this with your friends, man. This might be broken down to 2 videos just because.
Maybe 3.
Maybe 3, yeah.
We can do part 1, part 2, and part 3.
Oh, no, I like my video. She's so great.
Shout out to Noel, bro. You said that. You gotta block that out.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm probably going to have to block it.
Or maybe she won't watch the video anyway, so maybe you don't. But you know, people always do the he say, she say, so block it out. Anyway.
Hit the like button, subscribe, share it with your friends. But until then, it's your boy, Still City Meech.
And I'm Desirae. I don't have a YouTube lingo yet, so.
It's okay. But we out.
Sunlit crib, Sunday vibe, Sunday service. Hope I serve my purpose when I die, when I'm gone.